Class 4A regionals going on at Lafayette Jefferson. First it was S6 champion Southside taking on S8 champ Hamilton Southeastern. Top of the first, Jack DeWolf bloops one to left. That could be trouble. Nice effort by Blaine McCrae, but it's down for a hit. Brayton Harrison scores the game's first run, but later in the frame, Matt Buckingham grounds it to Elias Perez at third. A bang-bang play, but Buckingham is out. Isaac Combs scoops it up. Archers keep it a 1-0 game. But the Royals would later add to that lead. Second inning, Southside's Jacob Sanchez guns down Grayson Drosty, but it's a double steal. Jake Stout comes home to make it 2-0 Hamilton. Later that inning, Drosty at the plate, and he drives one deep to the gap all the way to the wall. 2 runs cross the plate, part of a 4-run frame for the Royals. They would later get 6 in the third, which included this opposite field double by Stout. That gets Buckingham home. Hamilton led 11-0 after 3. Then in the fourth, they added another run. Cam Bowling drives one to deep left. That ball is gone. The Royals out-hit the Archers 14-1. They also got a good performance on the mound from Michael Dillon. In the seventh, he gets Isaac Combs to swing and miss, and then rings up Gabe Marks to end the game. Dillon pitched a complete game shutout with 8 strikeouts, and Hamilton beats Southside 14-0. Even though the Archers lost, head coach Ryan Dellinger believes the future is bright for Southside baseball.
We've got a lot of heart in a lot of our young men. They've battled through a lot of adversity this year, and we didn't have a great regular season, but we finished 2-1 in the postseason, and that's what matters. We got a good group of young guys. We had over 30 guys in the program this year, and we look to build on that next year.
Next, it was Carroll taking on Logansport. Winner of that game would face Hamilton Southeastern in the final round. First inning, Bryce Ginder starts it off with a single. Just past the diving Gavin Smith, Ginder would eventually make it to third, and on the next at-bat, Jared Hanshew drives one to center. Jacob Cox runs it down, but Ginder comes home on the sac fly. Chargers up 1-0. They would fall behind 2-1 in the bottom of the frame, but in the second, Peyton Manell sneaks it past Smith. Lincoln Lance comes home to tie it at 2. Then Cam Needon slaps a single to left to give Carroll the lead. Eddie Bransfield comes home, make it 3-2 Chargers. Bottom of the inning, Jackson Crowd puts it on the ground, but a diving stab by Needens. He makes the throw to retire Crowd. More defense to come later. In the third, Bransfield at the plate. He drops a base hit into right. That'll get 2 runs home. Micah Fretz and Bowden Height both score, and this was a big inning for Carroll. They would later get another multi-run hit, this one from Sebastian Coons. He also goes the other way. Peyton Manell scores, and Jacob McCullough just beats the tag. The Chargers scored 7 runs total in the third inning. They led 10-0 at the end of the frame. But did I mention we'd see more defense from Carroll? Well, bottom of the fifth, another nice play by Needens. He charges in to retire Drake McLaughlin. Then later in the frame, Crowd lines out right to Hanshew at third to end the inning. In the sixth, Hanshew snags another line drive. This one off the bat of Jacob Kelly. Then in that same inning, Jacob Cox grounds one to first. Micah Fretz has to hustle to get him, and he just does, by about half a step. Chargers led 12-4 at the end of the frame. Then in the seventh, Will Bennett gives it a ride to center, but Jacob McCullough makes the play, and Carroll gets the win. The final score in this one was 12-4.
It's just huge for the team to get the W with we hit the ball very good, and we just had fun.
That sets up the regional final between Carroll and Hamilton Southeastern. The Chargers were in the regional championship last year, where they lost to Fishers. Could this year be any different? Well, it starts on the right note. Connor Miller strikes out leadoff hitter Cole DeWale, one of 3 strikeouts for Miller in the game. But later in the first inning, Grayson Drosty punches one past third, and Brayton Harrison gets the wave. Jared Hanshew relays home, but Harrison slides under the tag. Royals take a 1-0 lead. Bottom of the frame, Chargers trying to answer. Micah Fretz slaps one up the middle for a base hit, and with that, Bryce Ginder is on his way to the plate, but Cole DeWale's throw comes straight home, and Jack DeWolf applies the tag to retire Ginder. It remains 1-0 Hamilton. But Carroll can flash the leather too. Cam Needens with a diving catch in the second to retire Jake Houston, and he's going to help out on this next play as well. Bryce Ginder starts the 6-4-3 double play. Matt Buckingham and Jake Stout both thrown out. Score still 1-0 after that. Bottom of the inning, Chargers looking for a rally. This'll help. Eddie Bransfield drops one down the right field line and pulls in for a single. Then Peyton Manel follows that up by getting a base knock up the middle. Runners at first and second for Carroll. But pitcher Tyler Schwitzer would get out of the inning, thanks in part to this strikeout of Jacob McCullough. Schwitzer had 9 strikeouts total. It would stay 1-0 until the 4th inning. Drosty gives it a ride to deep left. That ball's gone. Second homer of the tournament for the Royals. They got one from Cam Bowling against Southside, and Drosty's homer against Carroll makes it 2-0 Hamilton. They would add to that in the 5th. Speaking of Cam Bowling, here he is with a drive down the line. It's an RBI double that gets Stout across the plate. Bowling would later score on a bunt. Royals go up 4-0. Bottom of the 7th, Chargers down 6-0 with the bases loaded. Sebastian Coons grounds into the fielder's choice. That gets him on the board. But unfortunately, that would be the only run Carroll would get. They fall to Hamilton 6-1 in the regional final. But head coach Dave Ginder was pleased with his team's performance in the tourney.
Our kids competed well this morning, and we're in a position to win one tonight. And we got beat by a better team. They came up with some big hits. I felt we put the pressure on with them, multiple innings, and we just didn't come up with the big hit to get something across. And we competed well.
Carroll finishes their season at 23-9, and Southside, who played earlier, finishes at 5-18. For Summit City Sports, this is Thad Goff. Again, in the regional semifinals, Hamilton Southeastern over Southside 14-0, and Carroll over Logansport 12-4. And in the finals, Hamilton beats Carroll 6-1.